So this is the first time I've had a chance to see you swim since I started coaching you this year. Um, the first thing that I notice are your arms are pretty deep in the water, seem to have a nice steady kick. Your hips are dragging a little bit. Breathing timing looks pretty good, although I would like to see that arm extension held a little bit longer instead of pressing down. When you're breathing, I'd like to see you hold that arm out in front of you, just to help with body position and balancing. Overall, you look like you have pretty good rhythm here. Very good comfort in the water for sure. At this point, also a nice kick. I don't know if that's something that wears you out eventually or not, but in general, that's pretty good. Here we go into slow motion. This is after we had discussed a little bit some things you needed to work on, and basically I was asking that you use a little bit more of a bent arm catch, almost like swimming in shallow water. The one thing I noticed when I watched the video, and I didn't notice this when we were working together, is especially that left hand here in the video, you tend to pull it out almost in the middle of your abdomen. I'd like to see you push all the way to your hip. Not any further than your hip, but just to your hip, so that you really get the full power of that bent arm, because really you're trying to push that water back. The other thing that I believe I noted later in the video is you tend to bring that elbow in closer to your body here, and really I'm looking for that elbow to stick out. There you really stuck it out. But most of the time you're bringing it in closer to your body, which is slipping through the water. The other thing we talked a good bit about was body position. Here you can really see your feet are up, your head is up, and your back is low. That doesn't give you an efficient position in the water or a very comfortable position. Then the catch, the bent arm catch especially, needs to start very early on in your stroke. You tend to drop your arm and then start bending. Ideally, you start that bend all the way up in front of your head. Here, as you're coming forward, the elbow's dropped. Your elbow should always be higher than your hand. Puts you in a position to really start catching. Maybe actually a little less rotation wouldn't be a bad thing for you either. It would give you more power in the water. But here you can really see how, of course you got the pull buoy, but how flexed your back is. Really need you to tighten up your core and your abdomen and pull that tight so your back is almost flat. That will allow you to really lean on your chest. When your back is arched like that, you can't put any pressure on your chest. Just think about if you were laying on the floor, how difficult it would be to lean on your chest with your back arched. It's really impossible. And the same thing goes with swimming. Here's the part where I was talking about your elbow slipping, where you weren't really grabbing water and you're pulling your hand out at your abdomen. Just something to be aware of. I really would like you to have chicken wings, sticking your elbows out at the side of the pool. You start good, and then you kind of bring it in close to your body. Definitely would like to see those hips breaking the surface of the water on every stroke. As you can see from a lot of this video, your hips are not near the surface. Part of that is because you're lean. I'd also like to see less gliding. I think when you're gliding in part of your stroke that it's actually you're slowing down, you're speeding up, you're slowing down, you're speeding up, and that's part of the reason why you're so deep in the water. It's like you're almost sinking. Again, you can see how your elbow's coming in close to your body. I'd like it to stick out like a chicken wing towards the side of the pool. And this long pause right there, I'd like that to be a lot shorter. We're really looking for a quick turnover. When you rotate your body, allow those hips to follow so that you're not twisting from the abdomen. It's leading with the arm, shoulder, hip, and then ankles. Here's above the water. Notice how high that hand is in the air. I'd like to see the forearm running along the side of your body, dragging your thumb up your body like the magic marker drill. The hand should always be lower than the elbow. This will help you get proper rotation and also give you a true recovery during your recovery. Here's just from a different angle, but it looks like you're waving to somebody over there, and we don't want to be doing that. Here's towards the end of the session where we had worked on the bent arm. You really did a good job putting that together and incorporating it into your stroke. So lots of little things to work on for you, but I think in general with just a little bit of focus you'll do really well.